I can't think of anything more awkward than a first date, especially if you met him on Match and now you got to go and meet him in person. It is extremely awkward. So I wanted to give you 3 actual tips for less awkward first dates. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Okay, I was inspired to make this video because I was looking in the comments and so many women really get overwhelmed and feel very anxious and have a lot of anxiety about meeting a man for the first time. So I want to give you the actual tips for a less awkward first date that I have used in my own life and I know is going to help you. All right, the first one is touch him and touch him frequently. This is so powerful. We all crave affection and physical contact. So you have to have boundaries, but it is the fastest way to create more connection and intimacy. And that's what the goal is on the first date, to see if there's a connection, see if you can create some intimacy so you can get on to the second date. So what you're going to do is starting with when you first see him, if he's walking towards you and you're sitting down already, make sure you stand up and give him a warm hug, just like you would a friend. It is so wonderful to have that connection right off. Now, you don't have to press your chest against his. You can just give him a little hug, but it's still the warmth, and just make sure you're holding eye contact and you're smiling, just saying it's such a pleasure to finally meet you. Give him a little hug. Now, if you don't want to do a hug, no problem, I got you. What I want you to do is put both of your hands out and take his and yours, and I just want you to hold them like this, and just say, it's such a pleasure to finally meet you, or it's so nice to meet you, it's lovely getting together, thank you for planning this. Something warm, something you would say to a friend, because right now that's all you are, is you're becoming friends, right? Potential friends. And then it could lead to something more. So make sure you just roll out that affection. Now, when you're sitting at the table, don't hesitate to reach over and touch his hand, touch his arm. If you get up to go to the restroom, you could lean over on, if you're into him, you can lean over and say, I'll be right back. Put your hand on his shoulder. The more affectionate that you can be within what, that's appropriate, the more connection it's going to create. Unless he doesn't like a woman touching him, which I've never heard of, you're going to have a lot of success with this first tip. Now, the second tip is I want you to sit next to him. That's what I did with Michael. Sitting next to a man, first of all, it cuts down on the awkwardness. You're not staring directly at him. There's all this pressure to keep eye contact going, to keep the conversation going. That is a lot to take on. Now, if he's sitting next to you, you guys have menus or you're looking around, there's the distraction for things that are going around in the peripheral, which takes the pressure off both of you. You can always turn to him and it creates more intimacy right there. And you can always turn a little sideways like this if you want to, if you're engaging in a particular topic. So I highly recommend sitting next to him. Now, make sure you have a boundary. Don't put your hand on his leg. That would invite a little more touch than would be appropriate for the first date. Unless you're really feeling it, then knock yourself out. I'm going to leave that up to you. You know where to draw the line, right? Okay, so if you're liking the content, go ahead and hit that like button, give me those thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I really appreciate your comments. So make sure you drop a comment in the section below. Tell me about your first date experience so I can make more videos on this topic if that interests you. Now, the third tip is I really recommend that you do something active. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when I went on the first date with Michael, what we did is I don't have a straw to show you, but pretend this is one of those cocktail straws that comes in a drink. It's a little black straw about this big. And what we did most of the time that we were talking is what we did is we take that straw and you put it here and here and you start to bend the straw. And as you start to bend the straw, it snaps and creates a little crease. So you take that and you turn the straw up and you can see how close you got to that crease. So sometimes mine would crack so in such an uneven place that I would lose. So if Michael got it more even, more evenly together, then he'd win. And it was really fun. So we got the waitress to bring more straws over and we had fun. That's the idea, to create some activity that will take the pressure off you, especially if you're not a good conversationalist or if you're shy or if you're an introvert. This is really the best course of action for you for a first date. Make sure you have something active to do. Now, you could go on a walk. with a cup of coffee. You could go to a mall and see if there's, right now we're rolling out Christmas, all the holiday lights. That actually could be a great first date experience. So you're looking to people watch and talk, and it just cuts down on the awkwardness. It makes for a good time. Don't go on a hike where nobody can know where you are, but you can do a hike that maybe it's populated. So sit on a bench outside. If it's cold, take it inside. You can take it from here, but just keep this in mind. Look for something fun to do that will take away that awkwardness. So I hope these 3 tips really help you get out there, have more dates, this year that are successful, because the whole intention of the first date is to move it to a second and third. And I know these tips are going to help you do that. Now, if you want more help with online dating training, I've created an e-course that is perfect for you. It's going to take you through the entire process, and that's my Swipe Right online dating training. It's an e-course. As soon as you purchase the course, you get access to all the modules. I'm going to give you portable profiles, and I'm going to take you through every single step and nuance, including how to become exclusive, how to have that conversation. This is a must, especially if you haven't been dating in years, you've been out of it, you're not having success. This program is going to help you get more dates that you can handle and turn one of them into love. All right, ladies, I will see you in the next video. Have a beautiful week. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different place, just the 2 of us, and we can stay up all night, kissing under street lights, doing what we want to.